Good morning, happy art day. Hope you had a great weekend. It's time to do some artwork. And today I'm working on the mixed media collage magazine journal that I said in the last episode of Art Day I was actually going to work on, but then decided not to because I wanted to do something else. So I'm working in my magazine journal. I just have a few old art magazines or catalog things glued together, and well, I'm going to produce something like this. For example, the city, the houses here, they were in the magazine. I painted everything else out, did collage these two bits in, and well, painted the scenery there of a restaurant in Turkey. And today, so you see some pages I will probably paint out completely and then do something else on top, but there's some that are really cool, and they have like these yellow post-its in there where I already marked them with an idea, and I want to work on this one today. And it's going to be about wine, because this is what my post-it says. This is what I wanted to do with this page. And I really liked her, and I liked the colors with the green and the yellow and the autumn, late autumn feeling. So I thought I want to have her and have her in a winery scene. So I looked through my stash of collage bits, and I found this one here, which is actually from a wine book. These are two. And I thought if I'd put them something like this, the leaf maybe up here, or is it the other way? No, it's this way around. Maybe something like this, and then paint out the rest and collage her in. That would be kind of cool. So this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna start off with cutting things to size, and I want a lot of this yellow sky because it kind of mirrors in here. So I'm going to take my pencil. See, it's from a wine book. Oh, we are en Provence. We are in France in this book. So I'm just gonna mark it. You know that I'm incapable of cutting straight lines. Well, if you know me for a bit longer, so let me quickly bring in my paper trimmer or paper cutter, because I don't want to mess this up. I just have one of these pieces. They are all from books that I, tore apart and put the bits that I wanted into different kinds of folders so that I can access them quite easily when I do collage like I do today. So I hope you all had a great weekend, and maybe you had some time to do something nice, maybe some artwork or something. That would be awesome. Let me know in the comment section below what you did, because I'm a very curious person, folks. Very curious. So this is going to be on that side. I'm going to paint out the rest then on this side here. Now, I want that bottle, not that bottle. So I'm just gonna cut around it to get rid of the part that I don't want. Usually it's better to tear the paper than cut something. It will blend in nicer later on. But this paper is rather strong, and I don't want to risk having this tear in a way that I don't want. So I'm going to take the scissors instead and work a bit more on blending in that bottle here. see. Okay, that's good. And now for the leaf, I just want the leaf. Do I want the stem? No, I don't want it. I don't need it. So I'm just gonna cut around the leaf and collage that in. So what I like to do is start with collaging in my bits that I have selected. Other artists that do something like this reverse collage sometimes do like to start with painting the stuff out that they don't want. Since I can cover most of the stuff up that I don't want, I don't see the point of painting things out and then covering that up with collage. I see the point if you don't work on a page start to finish. So if you are not sure what you're going to do with the page, but you know what you definitely do not want in your piece, like some writing or whatever, I totally can get that, why somebody would paint out everything first and then collage things over that. But since I'm working start to finish on this page today, I'm opting for, I'm going to collage things in first and then, excuse me, and then I'm going to paint the stuff out that I don't want or that I want to blend. All right, in order to not spoil the pages that are before and after this particular one, I'm going to take my protective paper here, and then I'm gonna start collaging. But before, I'm going to have a sip of tea so that my voice stays with me today. I have a couple of videos to record. I need a strong voice. And that helps with a bit of honey in my tea. So, here we go. That looks good. I'm going to start, where's my paper towel? Here. I'm going to start with the right-hand side because I'm left-handed and I don't like to smudge things. I'm working with fluid matte medium, and if you want to have a look at the supplies that I'm using or just want to remember certain colors that I'm going to use later, there's going to be a blog post going live at 10 a.m. CET about this project on my webpage. The link is in the description box below, so you can check it out and make sure that you can remember or read up things there. Don't have to write everything down while I'm talking, because that's kind of distracting. So, I have my glue brushes stored in water. So, at the beginning, I always try to squeeze out as much water as possible before I dip into the matte medium. I'm gonna cover the whole page, because it gets rid of the shine, no matter if I want to collage something there or not. It just gets rid of the shine anyways, and it will bond with the acrylics a little bit better later on. Then I want to start with my bottle here, so I'm putting the matte medium also on the back. Glue this down as best I can. There we go, and then go with the matte medium on top. This will make sure that those two paper pieces are really fused together well. All right, now for the upper part, I want my leaf. How do I want it? Something like this. So again, going over the back. And then over the top. This paper is really a strong one from the book, so I have to add quite a bit of the medium. Right. Now onto the other side. Going in. Oh, don't want these two pages to glue together, so I have to be careful. That's always that's always the hassle when you have a crevice instead of just one flat surface. If you work in a book, you really have to be careful about the ditch, otherwise your pages glue together in places that you don't want. So there is the back. Now putting quite the amount of medium on the back of my collage bit. I'm gonna place it, and I'm gonna go to the outside of the page here, because I can always paint in the crevice. I don't want to deal with the fattened spine that much. So now I have to go over the top with some more. See, these stronger book pages, they really make everything curl. But once I'm done with collaging these bits in and have my blow dryer do its magic and then go with the acrylics on top, I should be absolutely fine. So that is that. Oh, I need to... where are my brushes? I need to smooth out some of the lines here a bit, so I'm taking one of the foam brushes, because I'm not gonna paint over that part. So I'm just... And I'm going to clean this off right away because I want to reuse that brush. So I'm gonna be back in a second. Now I can put the matte medium to the side, and I'm going to dry my page, but I'm not gonna make you listen to the blow dryer. I'm gonna cut that for you so you don't have to adjust your audio. All right, now I'm going to paint in things. So I did dry this with my blow dryer, like I said, and then I let it sit for a minute or two, and that will bring my page back to room temperature, which is kind of cool. And now I want to work with my acrylics and paint out the things that I don't want. So I'm working with the Deco Art Americana colors. They're a chalky acrylic paint, and that is really cool because you can go on top with other media, and they will work, as you will see later. For example, colored pencils or pastel chalk, or what else? What's it called? pastels or charcoal. That's the word I was looking for. So what I want to do is, for one, start the vlogging camera because it wants to record a few clips for my vlog. I want to connect the two pages here. I want to get rid of that strip. I want to paint out that background here and have these kind of tones. And then I want to paint over that code so that I don't have that writing here. I don't want that. And then I want to add in a few of those wine leaves later on. But first things first, I want to paint things out. And I want to use... what kind of paint color do I want to use? The spicy mustard looks cool, which is this one here. I actually really like that. And it kind of, yeah, I can make this work for the background. And for these darker bits here, I think I have to mix things a bit. There's nothing really fitting there, but for the bit here, I could use maybe a bit of foliage green mixed with lemon green. So let's get a palette. Since I have to do some mixing. But first, I'm going to go with the paint that I can add without any problem. So I'm going to use some of the, what's it called? Spicy mustard. And I'm just gonna pick it up on a dry brush and paint over my bit here. It could be that I need 2 layers sometimes. That's totally fine for me. Just wanna connect these 2 bits here. And there's gonna be, like I said, there's gonna be leaves on top, so that is totally fine. Now I need a bit of a, I'm going to dump a bit of that spicy mustard. And then I'm gonna take Terra Coral, which is a beautiful name. It's kind of like these old pink color. Dump a bit in there. Onto my palette. And that should give me this sky color. So let me see. Oh yeah, that looks nice. So I'm just gonna dab this in. A bit more of the antique yellow. And I'm going to take a bit of a damp paper towel and I'm gonna smooth things out so that lines are not too harsh when you come into blending these. Also a bit here. That already dried. Oh well, there's going to be a leaf there, so that's fine. And I'm just going to go down a bit to here. Do some more of that stuff. Dab, 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 and then blend it with my damp paper towel to to both sides here. I need some more on top of the red. Really. Okay. Okay. So let's extend this. Be careful around her curls, so I'm going to add more of the yellow. Where did I put it? There. More of the yellow around the curls, just to have that shine there, that sunshine be mimicked. And like that I can leave kind of like a, I don't want to say a border, but I don't have to paint in super close here between those curls. I can leave them as they are. Makes things so much easier, folks. I can tell you. So let's get rid of that dark bit here. And some colors, just like with every paint, they need a second layer because they're more translucent than opaque, but that is fine. You. Okay. All right, so sky. Oh, I have to extend it to this side here. I forgot, so let me quickly do that. So it would go something like this. I'm just gonna go with the rest of the terra coral now. I'm going to add in the yellow later. I just wanna clean off my palette here for now. And I can clean my brush and go in with the spicy mustard a bit more. And add that light sunny feeling of an autumn morning or autumn day. There the paint is still a bit wet, so it blends nicely. Okay. Need a bit more up here. So I want this to be opaque. Also some more here. All right, now I can move forward to the darker bits here, and for that I need to find a color that is going to work best. I mean, I'm going to definitely use the espresso, that's a dark brown, but I also kind of need a dark green. So I'm going to, maybe not a dark green because it actually looks kind of reddish here. And I want to keep the green for her and for the bottle. So I'm going to use the espresso and the burgundy. Is it burgundy? Yeah, deep burgundy. And I'm going to mix those two to have the dark landscape. So I might have to add in a little bit of black. That's kind of like the disadvantage of this set here. There's not a very dark brown in there. And I bought the set to just test those paints beforehand because I didn't want to buy all the colors that I want or need and then them not really working. So I went with a set first of these little pots. Can you see them? Yeah, kind of these little pots here, and see if I wanted to well, import them from the States. They're usually that kind of size bottle. But I would actually prefer something from Europe because it's just, well, buy local, you know. If I can, I like to buy local. And so far I haven't found anything, so I gotta, I wanted to test those colors first before I would import them in a bigger bottle from the States. Okay. I'm going to blend out the dark brown, reddish brown here right away onto that part. Then I can put in some more paint here in the crevice. So going to paint in the same thing here. Again, the red is one of the colors that is kind of transparent, so I have to go over things more than once, but that's fine for me. I might need a drop of black. open up the black. Just a smidge to darken things up. I'm really having only the smallest bit you see here. But in camera, this looks a bit more reddish than brownish dark. So I'm adding a bit of a black to go on top. Just to knock things back a bit. Yep, that's more like it. With the glare here of the filming lights, I sometimes struggle a bit with color value because I have a glare, like I said. So I sometimes have to rely on my video camera screen to actually tell me if colors are dark enough. I'm smooshing out my colors. Doing the same over here. And then I'm going even darker for the paint down here. So I'm adding just the rest of the black and paint the things out that I don't want or that I don't need. By having a bit of the reddish brown mixture in my brush, I can actually counter the flatness because it gives a bit more of a color there. Gotta get more paint. So I'm just going to use a bit of black now. I'm going to add that here, go over my collage bit a bit, and then going to blend it out with my damp paper. There we go. Same thing over here. And then I'm going to give this a blast with my blow dryer before I paint out the words here on the coat. Because I don't want to smudge anything, and I have to have my hand on that freshly painted part, and knowing me, I would be more colorful in the end than my piece here. So I just make sure to give this a blast first, and then I can comfortably lay my hand on my page and still and still make sure that I'm not smudging anything. All right, cleaning my brush, and then it's time for the blow dryer. Okie dokie, now I gotta mix the greens, and I had said that I wanted, what was it? Citron green and green foliage, so that would be these two greens. And then I have a bit of a darker green for the shadowy things, but I'd like to start with the lighter paint. So I'm going to take lemon green, and then dull it down a bit with the green foliage. So I got these two tones now, and I can mix them a bit and get this sunny olivey green here, I hope. Kinda. So I'm giving this the first layer. Again, you can see here the lemon green or lime green, citron green, whatever it's called, is kind of transparent, but it is pretty much in any kind of acrylics, at least that I know. So I'm just gonna bring in the dark green now with the other brush. To add here to the shadowy bits. And that is called Hauser Dark Green. So I'm just gonna go around here. And I'm going to give her light green gloves here because I don't want to have that weird pattern there. Need some more of that dark green. Quite a lot actually, so I can, hold on, can actually take it right from the pot, because I need quite a bit. My brush strokes will help me later to define where the darkest darks are. So I'm, by having this L shape here, I will know where I put what, where the darks are, where the lights are. And that, again, like I said, helps with the determination where to put lines later on to define things. But that is later. So now. Now I can go back to the light green and give this a second layer. Mixing in a smidge of the dark green here, because it was having a bit of a shadow there already. Not much, but just a little bit, you know. So now I'm going to blend in paint up here. Just put that down and get my wet paper towel, or damp I should say. Now I'm going to blend out this lime green a bit, because I don't want any harsh lines here, but still I want the two parts to look natural. Need a bit more. I think I need a third layer here for the arm. And then I'm gonna take care of the glove. Just boop, 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 dab things in. There we go, maybe a bit more of the foliage green. Still. There we go. And now I can go back to the dark green again, the Hauser green. And I'm going to take it straight from the pot and put it in here. Oh, what I wanted to do was also go over this dark part a bit more, so I'm going in with the dark green into my light mixture because I don't need the light anymore. Have enough, maybe even a bit more. There we go. Because you can still read a couple of the words. Doing the same up here, where this dark and light meets. And all the rest is the dark green. I might add a little bit of the black because I don't want to have a fifth layer of the dark green. So if I still cannot get everything perfectly covered, I might add a bit of black for the next layer. We'll see. Think that kind of worked with the green. I just can see a little bit of the writing down here. So I'm going to give this a blast with my blow dryer very quickly, and then I'm gonna have the last layer in this area here. Everything here is fine, I think. Yeah, here I can see, oh no, I can see a bit of the paint, the words still, so let me quickly go over them. There it is, lemon green. Need a bit more. Don't have anything. Oh, come on. Anything on my palette anymore. So I gotta go right to the source. A bit more. And I need a smidge of black with the dark green. So dark green. With a little bit of the black just to mix it in, to make it darker, and to also increase the amount of opaque. Just a drop of black, not more. Problem is that it's really warm in my studio today, and these paints do dry so fast on me. It's unbelievable. And I'm not spreading them super wide on my palette, but still. All right, now it's time to think about those wine leaves. Where do I want them? Maybe just 2 or 3. 2 or 3, so the true red with the light buttermilk here actually looks kind of fitting. So I'm going to take these 2 colors. Or maybe I want some wines. Let's see. Yeah. Hold on. So far the red stands out because everything else is kind of laid back or green. So this could be, with 1 more leaf, this could be the focal point, and then only have the vines. Okay, decided. This is how quickly you can change things. So I'm going to start with the light part of my leaf here. Then move into the red part. Oh, come on. There we go. Something like this. I think I want a little bit of the, what's it called? Autumn red. No, is it? Yeah, autumn red. No, it's not. What is that? Tuscan red. That's what it's called. Tuscan red, a little bit of that, just to darken things up, just make them more juicy. For the red part here. I'm going to add the yellow part here of the leaf on top with colored pencils later. Don't want to have that done with paint now because I don't have the correct or the nicest tones for that. So okay, and now I need a different brush, and I gotta mix. Oh no, not gotta mix. I'm going to darken things up again with colored pencil, but I want a round brush for the wines. And I'm going to take the espresso again. Once that is done, I can dry my page, cut things off of that leaf here that are not needed anymore. And then move on to colored pencils and gel pens and stuff to finish this page. I'm bringing this vine here in and out of the painting to extend the scenery, actually, to parts that you cannot see in this painting. Few more of these curly vines. Okay. And now it's time to, oh, I forgot, I have to have a skin tone to paint that out. I think the coral tone would be best. Totally overlooked that. Not great, Miss King, not great. So okay, think now I really got it all. So I'm going to bring in my blow dryer once more And I'm going to dry this off and then work with colored pencils to put in details. Alright, I won't need these anymore, so I can remove them and cut the leaf, the excess. Ooh. Gotta get rid of the brushes and such as to not knock them over, which I'm kind of prone to do. And now I'm going to add a colored pencil to define things. For example, here on this bottle, just need to paint in the color in the cork, have it with a more of a, let's say, defined outline. And that we should be fine here. Same goes for the leaf and the vine. And that was my vlogging camera shutting off because of no more battery. But I think I got enough footage to cut something together for the vlog to tease this video. So I'm just outlining the vines a bit and defining stuff here. Also a bit of a shadow maybe underneath the leaf. That was my stomach growling. I hope the audio did not pick it up too much. I'm sorry. Didn't want to scare you. I don't have a bear with me. It's just I could have either a little snack or I seem to be fine with a drink too. So some tea maybe for me in a very hot second. And again, adding a bit of colored pencil to the vine here. Alright, now for her I need the greens Need a bit of an olivey green. Maybe a lemon green, let's see. Nope, no lemon green. An olivey green. Something like this. And then also the darker olive over here. Okay. So I did go over the lime green with the olive just to knock it back a bit and make it more look like up here, that kind of color. It was just that I used the olive green because the lemon green because that was closest to what I actually needed. It's not perfect. Oh well. So I'm just defining some more lines here like I had said earlier. Bringing in that dark green again. And now I can work on the glove. I'm gonna give it a solid coat of the olive tone. And then I'm gonna come in with the darker green and add even more color. Some more here to make the olive blend. And the last thing for her would be the skin tone here. So I'm going in with a skin tone just to give it a bit more of a, well, skin tone color and not so pink per se. Also maybe a bit of the beige. And now dark gray to shade things here. With a little bit of black here. Those darkest lines. Gotta tilt my page. Yep, that looks okay. So now on the other side, I just have to work a bit on my leaf here and on the vine, which I'm quickly gonna do. And a little bit of a black pencil does quite a lot when you want to work with mixed media and have the main tone or the main color already laid down with color pencil. With acrylics, of course, not with color pencil. So yeah. And it's super easy, and I really like to play with this kind of mixed media art technique style thing to, well, work in magazines or journals or books that I would otherwise have thrown away. At least they get a little bit more of a purpose here. They get a second life, maybe. All right, now onto my leaf, and for that I need oranges and reds and yellows. And one of my favorite browns, actually, it's a goldenrod, and it is a perfect color for those leaves here, for the darker bits, just because it, talking just before it changes to red. It has a bit of a darker yellow tone here, as you can see. So let me add that to the other leaf too. And then need a very light yellow tone, very, very light. Yeah, that's okay. The darker tone goes here and here, also here, and then there's little darker veins that you can see and others you can't. Let's go on to a dark red. Darker red, I mean. Nope, too light. Maybe I gotta go with a brown instead of a red. We'll see. Yeah, I think I gotta go with with the brown because I don't have the correct tones of red here. So let's go with a maroon or reddish brown. So I'm kind of outlining it and also shading it a bit. So like here, there's the shadow. Also some down here. And I'm just having a super light hand here. So that I can always go darker or heavier, but I will probably have trouble going lighter. So I'm going careful right away. And now I'm also going to add a little bit of that tone to the vines here, veins, not vines, veins, because I have to extend them all the way to the edge of the leaf. Because you can see here, it's the darker red tone there. Some of them, tiny bits, are already visible here, so I'm going to add just a few little veins, not everywhere, but where I think you would see them. Not so much back here, for example, because that part is further away. So I'm thinking there's a glare maybe, or it's just too far away to see. But towards the viewer, of course, there's gonna be a bit more. Need to have a little bit of the black. Just very, very light here in that particular part, because it is just really close to the viewer, so you would see those veins quite prominently. So I'm just adding a few lines here and there, shading the reddish brown ones. More dark down here on that side of the leaf. And then I'm going to squint and see if my values are correct or if I need to add anything else. For that I also need to tilt this a bit. Needs a bit up here, just an outline. Then we're good, actually. Just a bit. Okay. Now let me stand up and see. Alright, so all I want to do is have a few little white dots over here. So I'm going to put away my pencils for now. And I'm going to bring in the acrylics once more. Just a little bit. And then we're done, or I'm done. That little bit of acrylic paint will be the last thing I do. I need fan brush. Need a bit of water because I need to water this down. Even more, okay. And reload. Yep, that's that. I'm done. Yep. So I hope you enjoyed today's art day. Maybe you got inspired with something I did and now go off to your own art adventure. If you want to let me know in the comment section below, that would be great. You can also connect with me on any of the social medias that I have listed in the description box below, so feel free. The blog post is up with all the materials and paint names and stuff that I used if you want to take a look. And I'm going to see you next week with a new project. And I think it's going to be the September Random Act of Kindness, because it should be September next week, I think. I think I'm correct with that. So have fun, folks. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to see you next week again. Have fun, folks. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye.